Okay, so for today's problem, we are going to look at an absolute value inequality problem. And we have the question, how many integers are there in the solution set of the absolute value of x minus 2 is less than or equal to 5? So the way I like to do absolute values is if I have the absolute value of something, in this case we have the absolute value of x minus 2, and it's less than or equal to 5. What I'd like to do is take every single thing inside of the absolute value and put it inside parentheses. And then I'm going to create two equations, but in this case two inequalities. Two inequalities where one is positive and one is negative. So we're going to say positive x minus 2 is less than or equal to 5. And then we also have negative x minus 2 is less than or equal to 5. And so in this case, the parentheses can just drop off because it's just a positive out there. So we just have x minus 2 is less than or equal to 5. And we add 2 to both sides. And then we get x is less than or equal to 7. So that's one of our conditions. And in this case, we have a negative out in front of the parentheses. So we're going to distribute that to both of our subterms inside this x minus 2 factor. And then so we get negative x plus 2 is less than or equal to 5. And so now let's go ahead and solve for x, and then we subtract 2 off both sides, and we get negative x is less than or equal to 3. But we need to multiply both sides by negative 1, and when we multiply an inequality by negative, anything negative, we're going to flip the sign, so I like to do that first. And then we're going to have x is greater or equal to negative 3. And just to be clear, I was essentially multiplying everything both sides by negative 1. So now we're left with x is less than or equal to 7, and it's also greater or equal to negative 3 based on what we just solved for. So if we were going to do a number line and kind of look at the inequality solution on a number line, we'd have, let's say 0 here, and let's say this is negative 3, and out here would be positive 7. Well, our solutions would all be between these 2 points, and so then everything inside here would be our solutions. But they're only asking for the integers. So what are the integers? Well, they're negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So those are all the integers. And how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And our answer is D, 11.